Have you ever seen anyone performing death-defying stunts on a trampoline? I've been performing flips on trampolines since I was 7 years old, so almost 10 years. The backflip is one of the most simple tricks you can do on a trampoline, and today I aim to teach you how to do one flawlessly. There are 3 steps that I'm going to teach you: the setup, overcoming your fear of the backflip, and then the execution. So the first part is the setup. So what you're going to need to do first is make sure you have a nice area to do your backflip on the trampoline. So you're going to want to be towards the front of the trampoline so you have all of that space to rotate backwards. The next thing you're going to want to do is get down that solid jump, okay? So that's just jumping like this, nice and high, and just staying in one place. And the last part of the setup is learning the throw. So throwing is when you use your arms and you, since we're doing a backflip, you're gonna throw backwards with your arms and you're gonna kind of look up at the sky. And this is gonna initiate our rotation. So don't rotate yet, but this is what it should look like. This is what your throw should look like. You're gonna throw up just right there, okay, backwards. Awesome, so now that you've learned the basic setup of a backflip, we gotta get you to overcome your fear of the backwards rotation. So the first step to doing that is the back flop, okay? So the back flop is when we're gonna be jumping and then turn 90 degrees with our body backwards and land on our back on the trampoline, okay? And you can just keep bouncing on your back or you could bounce up to your feet, but this is what it'll look like. Okay, you see that? Practice that a few times, and then the next part is the back flop to the roll, okay? So what this is you're gonna do the same 90 degrees to your back, and then you're just gonna keep, after you bounce, you're gonna keep rotating backwards and try to land on your feet or your hands and feet, whatever. So that'll look like this. Okay, so practice that a few times and really get that backwards rotation down. Okay, so the third step of overcoming your fear of the backwards rotation is called the lukaku. So the lukaku is like a backwards cartwheel, and you kind of choose a side. So I use my right side because it's my dominant side, and you're gonna kind of do a cartwheel starting like this, and you're gonna go backwards and kind of use that hand and to bring your body weight over, and this is gonna get us used to that backwards rotation. And what you want to do is slowly start moving your feet, or start rotating your feet more above your head. So again, this is what it looks like: a nice backwards cartwheel, and I'm using my right side and leaning on it. Now that you've overcame your fear of rotating backwards, it's time to commit to the backflip. So the first step of committing is you're gonna do a backwards rotation to a hand plant. So last time in the lukaku we went sideways. Now we're gonna be fully backwards, and we're gonna kind of plant our hands and then just land on our knees. So it'll look like this. Okay, so you're looking for your landing, you're spotting it, and you're putting your hands down, just like that. Okay, now we're going to do what we just did, the hand plant, except we're gonna try to land more on our feet. And slowly try using your hands less and less to see if you can get that nice backflip rotation, okay? So, barely use my hands, keeping them down. Okay, so just slowly lift your hands up. So the last step is to commit to the backflip and tuck. Okay, so tucking is when, instead of throwing and staying spread out like this, you're gonna bring your arms down and bring your knees to your chest and grab just like that. And you want to keep them nice and spread out so you don't whack your face with your knees. And you're just going to do the backwards rotation we just did. Instead of putting your hands down, you're going to bring them in, tuck, and you'll spin right around. It looks like this. And the last step is just to practice. The best way to learn the backflip is to keep doing them over and over till you really get it on lockdown, okay? Awesome. Now you've learned the backflip, let's go over the steps we use. We learned the setup, overcoming your fear, and then the execution. So keep jumping on the trampoline. Next time we meet, I hope to see you flipping all over the place.